Calling all retro gamers.
Calling all retro gamers!
Calling all retro gamers!
Calling all retro gamers!
I was gonna go grab it.
That's awesome.
Anybody recognize this face from our intro down here?
Yes, indeed.
Just imagine a cowboy hat.
That's right.
Yeah, it's like some weird guy with purple glasses. What's happening? This is it's funny because like we were right before we went live, we were getting into like we're like, oh, just one more thing. About like, wait a second, we should talk about this on the show. Like,
it's just like
I do that all the time.
We would have been here for an hour. So I guess we should say welcome everybody to Calling All Retro Gamers. This is the podcast where it's an excuse for me and Rich just to chat about all things like retro games and stay in contact and touch and all that. Right. And we do apologize that we had to move it from Thursday to Friday, but you know we're a pop-up podcast, so sometimes that happens.
That's absolutely correct. Sometimes you got to pick up people from the airports.
Right.
So we have a special guest tonight, and that is DJC Game Studios. What's going on, man?
I'm doing great. I came prepared with my Intellivision controller and my TurboGrafx 16 controller.
Nice.
And
very cool.
My Evercade VS controller. So whatever you guys are ready to talk about, I'm prepared.
That's awesome. So we're going to be talking about all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And at the same time, while we are talking about crazy stuff, things that were removed from this room will be replaced by other things that I will be putting together live on the show.
Big empty space there.
Nice.
It's a very big empty space. And I see this smile. I am very happy about what I'm about to put back in that space.
I can't wait. This is going to be cool.
It's going to be cool. But we also have some other things going on today too, because right as we were preparing that kind of that activity to be doing during the show, I come home today to a box.
Ooh.
And
okay, that I don't know what it is.
I don't even know what it is.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I know one thing in the box. For that I'll have to. We have to wait for the Evercast for that. But
okay.
There's stuff in this box from another friend of the show, the Atari Creep.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And we're gonna open the box and we're gonna find out what's in it.
All right.
I think that's while we're doing some intro and chat and all that kind of stuff. I think that's the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to sneak in there. We're going to open that box and find out what's going on in it, because that's kind of cool. I may actually get I don't know, maybe a tad I don't know. Some feels might happen.
Okay.
Nice.
Because he had a live stream yesterday. I don't know if anyone follows the Atari Creep around. If you don't, check him out.
Great channel.
The Atari Creep on YouTube. Just go and hang out, hit the button, say hi to him. It's just fantastic dude. But he had a live stream yesterday where he's prepping up stuff for the walk to end Alzheimer's. His
nice.
Walk I think is in a week and a half or something like that. So we here at Bacon Ice Cream Productions always support his efforts up there. Join the team. We actually do a walk here at Bacon Ice Cream Productions. I walk from the studio here to random places in my childhood and share cool stories about what happened to me in life and all that kind of stuff, all the while plugging the actual link for the Atari Creeps Alzheimer's page, where you can go and donate to directly to the Alzheimer's Foundation on behalf of Chris. And it's an awesome cause. It's an amazing thing, and we love doing it every year. And this year, as something that's in that box, there is something that I worked with him for, I don't know, we're going back and forth for probably 4 or 5 months on this thing. And I cannot wait. I cannot. It's literally in my hands. I cannot wait to just.
Ooh. And I know Chris is such a creator of things, so I got goosebumps for you now. This is cool.
It's mega. It's
it
really. I don't want to overhype it, but I'm telling you guys, if you like what we do here in the retro scene, if you know what I cover on my channel, and what he covers on his. There is some crossover, and it's amazing. It's amazing, but you got to be on the Evercast bandwagon too. You gotta hang out with us on the Evercast because it's getting announced on the Evercast, and it's gonna be given away live on the Evercast. And somebody actually for the 900 sub giveaway, thank you over the Bacon Ice Cream Productions channel. The winner of the 900 sub giveaway is getting 10 full entries into the giveaway for the thing that's going to be in that box.
Oh, cool.
So very, very cool stuff.
That's all awesome. I guess we should say hi to some people.
Yeah. So well, while you do that, I'm going to give you the reins. Say hi to everybody and welcome them into the chat. I'm going to go grab that box.
Alrighty. So Ian Hobbies is a regular. So he's a regular viewer, and I think when he watches this, it's like something insane, like 2 or 3 a.m. his time. But he says he's off early. He's off early today. But okay, so he has summoned me, and you're about to find out what that summon is.
Would you kill this thing?
We just lost 2 viewers, but
well, I remember that from the Evercast. I've seen that on the Evercast before. Okay.
Yeah. So he's gonna watch us on the replay. So Ian, I did that just for you to summon him. He said cheers, and
cheers,
Ian
Hobbies.
We'll talk more about TurboGrafx 16, I should say, because we already started to.
Hey, Brian.
Oh, hey, Christopher. I haven't seen him in a while. We got
Good
Lloyd.
to see you, Christopher.
And Phantom Fiction.
Lloyd.
Cool.
What's going on, guys?
Phantom, what's going on?
Really cool stuff. So I got this box, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but
that's super neat. He put his thing on it. I mean,
that's awesome.
I hope he didn't put his thing on it.
I'm gonna peel.
Yeah, we don't want that.
He put his logo. I meant to say.
Wait, what did you say?
I got a couple pins from. Let me see if I can find them right here.
You're like, man, I don't want. It's like I want to carefully pull that out. Yeah, I don't blame you. Or just cut around it.
Yeah, right. I want to see
just use it. You know what I would do? I would just open it and save the box and then use an X-Acto knife when you can take your time.
Yeah, and actually cut that off.
I have a couple Atari Creep merch. I got an Atari Creep pin right here. Yep. He had sent me it's like a dust cover that fits over. It's like he printed it out or manufactured it. And it's like it goes over your cartridge slot of your Atari. So I got that on my Atari. And he sent me a couple buttons. I think the one button might be on that Art Big Fall hat somewhere. And then the other one's here. But yeah, I'll have to do something with this other pin. But he's just always creating stuff. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, we've had him as a guest too. So one of these days we got to redo the intro. There's like a few people like him that we have to add to it.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Are you just gonna peek in the box?
I am. Well, because there's one thing that's in the box that I know.
Is there a way that you can give a tease without giving it away? I'm trying to think if there is. Is there anything you can show? I don't know if there is.
I don't know. Other than the biggest thing that I could say that is a tease, it directly relates to one of the regular scheduled days of the Bacon Ice Cream production schedule. So if those who know that I used to do 5 days of content, very specifically. Monday was something, Tuesday was something, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? One of those days.
Let's remind people: Master System Mondays.
I was going to say Master System stuff I used to watch when I was collecting, which I stopped collecting for it, which
Wednesday,
I feel bad about.
wacky Wednesdays with indie stuff.
Yeah.
And then Thursdays was Atari VCS stuff, and Fridays was kind of anything goes Evercade.
That's correct.
Yeah, I should know that.
So it was SMS, INTV.
Otherwise, I'd be a bad friend. I didn't know.
Yeah,
INTV Tuesdays, right?
INTV Tuesdays,
Yeah.
yep. Question mark Wednesdays, where I just basically did anything, which wound up being me doing a lot of indie games on Xbox Cloud Gaming, Atari VCS Thursdays, and Evercade Fridays. So yeah, that is some hints right there.
It's something relating to any one of those things. So we've narrowed it down to 5 things for you.
Yeah.
And even if you do figure out which thing it is, they would never guess it. So it's all fun. All right, I'd be impressed.
So now, as far as the streaming, do you just is it just this and then the Evercast is the only 2 streaming shows?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the only 2 that I every once in a while when I hit a milestone, I'll do a stream.
Yeah.
You know, especially like numbered episodes. Every 100 episodes, I do a live stream.
That's cool.
So
and
he
like every now and then, sometimes like me and Rich will go live like on his channel. Like I'm trying to remember what dungeon you were on there.
We're headed to dungeon
Golden
7.
Axe Warrior.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
We did dungeon 6. We were headed to dungeon 7.
Yeah,
so
we
7, 8, 9, and then the last dungeon that we have to do.
Like
that's going to be during a takeover. As soon as I figure out enough time to like sit down and play, I'm doing the SMS takeover 1 week, and we're just gonna plow through that game because I can't wait. It's staring me right in the face. It's right here. It hasn't left the Retron. Actually, haven't put a single game in the Retron since then.
It's funny because like I watch so much stuff on my TV upstairs where I can't like comment or hit. Like I basically use it as I use it like I would watch like Norse people watch regular TV. I watch YouTube, you know. And then I'll watch it, and then I'll forget to like come back downstairs to my desktop or on my phone and go in there and like and like make comments and do that stuff like that. So it's funny is like when I catch you guys on Evercast, which is if I happen to be up at that time on a Saturday, which for a few Saturdays I was like getting in there. I was like, yes, I was like, oh, I'm just in time, you know? And so I'd have to turn my phone on so that I could, because I'd watch it on the TV, but then the only way I could comment, there was like a delay. Anyways, long story short, I was watching a lot of the Golden Axe Warrior, but I was watching it on my TV and I keep going, man, he probably thinks I've never even seen that. And I'm like, no, I've been watching it on my TV all the time. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
That's awesome. No, it's all good.
Well, Lloyd, you'll have to find out. You'll have to find out this Evercast.
Lloyd wants to know what's in the box. Well, the one thing you have to wait. But the first thing that I will, he actually showed this on his live stream, was something he got sent from a person called the Game Czar. It was another YouTube friend. Does a lot of cool content. But he sent something to Chris, and then Chris sent it to me as a thank you for kind of like being his brother in arms on the Alzheimer's kind of thing. And this is like, it's, you know, hitting me right in the feels because it's like this was handmade, and given to Chris, and Chris felt that, you know, like that it was something he would want to send to me. And I was like, you know, dude, that's so awesome.
Cool.
So one, Chris, if you're watching, you know, on the replay or if you're lurking, thanks, man. Thanks, bro. And you know, and seriously, you know, right back at you, man. You know, love you too, bro. Because you know, it's awesome. So anyway, what is it? It is this cool little.
Let me put you solo there.
It's kind of like a
dude.
Well, it literally is
cool.
hand. It's a hand embossed. Just like kind of like a piece of fabric. So this is all hand sewn.
Oh wow,
man. That's like the coolest thing out. That is, oh my god,
really,
the coins,
really awesome. You got the
oh.
Mario coin blocks in the L. You got the pipes. You got the Space Invaders. You know, the Donkey Kong barrels. You got all sorts of cool stuff. Pac-Man and their potions. Yep.
Dude, that's like maybe
you know,
one of the coolest
stars.
like retro things I've seen that you could hang on your wall, like poster or whatever.
Well, and
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
and it's straight up. It's gonna find its way up here.
yeah,
Better.
that's
Dude,
really-
better.
It's happening. And
That's
it'll just be in the
awesome.
background, just hanging in. That is super awesome. So yes, once again, Chris, if you're hanging out or catch this on replay, thank you, man.
Dude, you know what? I'm gonna say
super cool.
if it's not too much trouble, like put that down and like take a high resolution picture of that with your phone and send it to me. I'll set that as like my phone wallpaper.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, totally will. We'll do it.
That's how epic that is.
That is pretty
so,
epic, man.
And,
it's so cool. Yeah.
He said he was gonna throw some other stuff in here, and some other stuff is in here actually.
Wow. I know you
so-
can't show the other thing, dude, but that's just as cool, maybe cool. That the meaning that's very nice, especially the fact that he gave that to you because that looks like a one of a kind kind of.
Yeah, no, it is super cool.
The effort that was put into that. It's not like a poster that you can just print. The fact that it was hand sewn, the effort that was put into that's amazing.
So then another thing in here is it's like a cool keychain. I didn't even know that they did keychains like this, but here's one from Super Mario. It's Bowser hanging in there. That's pretty cool. I can put him right next to. Yeah, I think he's gonna go hang out next to my sign that I cleaned up, which is actually kind of it's cool and ironic because we both love this together, me and Chris. So like, that the Bowser can hang out with my
Halloween
Halloween Wizard Games box because I'll never own the cartridge. It's so flipping expensive. But if I can't have the Atari game, then I'll have the next best thing, which is box art.
Oh yeah!
That's how excited.
That's very cool.
Which is kind of funny because I've had a few people leave comments on my channel where they said like my excitement they remind me of Randy Savage. I don't know, but Macho Man. But
This is really neat.
What else you get?
Check this out. It's a copy of Navy Blue 98 for the Game Boy.
Oh, it's a Japanese.
In its box, yeah.
I've never heard of that game.
Wow.
I've never heard of this one either.
Dude,
You see the back of the
cool.
box. It looks like
What's the back of the box?
actually it looks kind of like maybe it's like a battleship. Check that out.
Yeah.
OG Game Boy.
Yeah, that's very cool. That's super neat.
Yes.
So yeah, and it's
It's awesome.
yeah, it's not sealed, so I could kind of like open
Well, a
it
lot
up
of Japanese
and see
games
what-
they reseal them to keep like the dust off. So
yeah, in the
still,
tray
that,
and all that.
that looks in great. I bet you the manual's in there and everything, and it's all in good
Yeah,
condition.
it is. It's complete. I got.
I bet the Game
manual
Boy's in
here.
its original case.
barely even. Yep, barely even use the games in it. That's mega awesome. And I bet you the Retron will read it. That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I made you full.
there's the cart right there.
Yeah, it's
Dude, that
cool,
looks like
yeah.
it's never been played. But they take great
Yeah,
care of their
It
stuff.
looks like brand new. It looks
Yeah.
like it just came out. And
That's
I don't even
awesome.
want to like open the thing because even the manual is like pressed clean.
Yeah.
It's like minty fresh. That's awesome. Yeah, and that's like really cool because it's like it's one of those things you don't find these like ever unless you're buying it from a collector, right?
Well,
But
True.
like you open a box like that, and then all this time from 1998 to now, I opened the box and the cartridge looked like it did in 1998 when it was pressed.
I
Like,
think,
that's
Rich, once you can get back into doing your regular cycle of videos, I think Atari VCS Thursday, since you played through those games, could be replaced with like Game Boy Thursday. I don't know, but at least you
yeah,
can.
so it could be
Yeah,
replaced
yeah.
with Atari, like literally Atari VCS, as in regular VCS
Yeah.
Thursdays as well, because
Yeah.
I got my Retron 77, and what was the final total? Something like 1,000, well over. I think it's over 2,000. Like actual Atari cartridges exist, out there. Like a lot of them are like third party, like they're like indie title.
Yeah.
But you just swim in a sea of Atari games.
So
which is
you've
kind
got that, but yeah. But
Speaking of sea, I was swimming in Aqua Venture the last week, which was pretty fun.
nice.
Nobody knows who made it, but it reminded me of an Activision title. But
dude,
yeah, that was one of those ones they put out, those unreleased ones.
Yeah,
that was pretty fun.
the XP titles.
Yeah, they had that. Then there was I played Yar's Return, which I did not think was good as far as the original Yar's Revenge is way better. And then there's a third one, and I can't remember the name of it. That one I have to try to find and play.
Saboteur, right?
Yeah, that's the 3 that they released with like the stands. They had all the different versions with different patches and things. And then they messed up and switched. They put the circuit boards in upside down, so you couldn't even plug them into your VCS.
So since you brought up Atari,
weird.
so I don't know if you guys have the chance to check out like the immortal John Hancock's, when I say his name, like latest videos. But so check this out, and he's one of the only YouTubers I know to have done this. So he's actually like commissioned other companies to make retro games, and actually like put them out like an actual carts. Like he's put 3 for Atari.
I've seen that. I did see that. It came up on my feed on my TV.
Yeah, but it's like real quality. Like he shows the real PCBs, and he came out a new Genesis one, and in his likeness, and like I think the ones for Atari, like he says there's a lot of work. Like it takes a long time.
I wonder how much that costs, though.
Well, but here's the great thing, though. He's selling the cart only, and like the cart only for the Atari ones for like $25, and then like the box Genesis one for $40. So they're very reasonable. But I've commented and he's seen it. I'm like, dude, we need to get the John Hancock Evercade collection because they're pretty cool. And he has 3 Atari games and 1 Genesis one that I know of.
Oh,
Kind of cool.
But speaking
of, I wondered what it would cost to do like I'd love to do like a Flamingo game and have it like based on the channel or something. I don't know, but that's got to cost like. I don't know. I don't know what it would cost. Thousands. What do you to pay a programmer to do something? I guess it depends on the difficulty of the game.
Yeah,
Atari's probably pretty simple at this point for someone that knows how to program new games. They're probably just like, yeah, no problem. Flip, flop, flip. There you go.
One of the companies that I can't remember, they do the artwork and they do everything, and he knows them. So, so maybe they say, hey, who knows what type of like deals, but I'm sure maybe they get a percentage. But he said that it takes a long time because you have to assemble them manually to put in the order. Like you said, I imagine it's expensive. But yeah, it's pretty much Battleship. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, look.
There he is.
Woohoo!
Hey, it's
him.
Here's
What's going on, man? We're just going through the box. We opened the box. We found all sorts of the awesome stuff. Thanks, brother. Like I seriously, that's awesome. That is awesome stuff. And actually, I'm getting to the last piece before the secret thing that will be revealed later. It looks like a actual piece of original art by Chris.
Ooh.
It looks like this.
Here, let me do solo.
That is really cool.
Oh, dude, is
cool.
that oh, wow.
And it looks like, I mean, Chris is here, so he could tell you. He does a lot of like really cool acrylic work on guitars and stuff. Like he remodels guitars and does like like really awesome like acrylic paint stuff on here. Like it's hard to see, but
is it
like,
acrylic or is it oil? Because it looks like.
Well, I mean, I'm not exactly sure
cool,
what media it is, but it's like you can see like there's raised edges and like it looks rad.
I want to say that's oil. I'm pretty sure
it looks
super.
This is super rad.
Oh,
like again.
Glad you dig it.
Yeah, like much like the the threaded art, the sewn artwork, life thing that's gonna go right up there.
Acrylic.
This one is actually
cool.
This one's gonna go on the shelf. It's gonna be Bowser, and then my Wizard video games Halloween thing, and right next to it, I'm putting this piece of artwork right here.
See, dude, that's like it's really cool to actually get like a real piece of art from like a real artist on a canvas like that. I mean, that's like because that took like his time and his creativity and his energies. That's super cool.
Thanks, brother. Because dude, it's so awesome. It's so and it makes like it makes me like even more excited to reveal what is in this other box. But it's the good things come to those who wait. That's all I gotta say. Yes. Everyone in the audience. Oh, sweet! Yeah, the dust cover.
That's my thing for my cover for my Atari 2600 by the Atari Creep.
Dust cover, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. But yes, all other audience members. Good things come to those who wait.
Everybody's back.
Oh man, no worries, man.
Cool.
Good dude, right there.
Time, brother. You know it.
That's
and
awesome.
oh man, I'm so pumped.
I
can't
tell.
believe it's here. No, like, after this goes, and after I like create the cabinet and do all that kind of stuff. Oh man, I'm gonna take a sneak peek in the box, and then we're gonna reveal it. Probably, I think the official reveal of what it is will probably be next week's Evercast.
Okay, good,
So
good.
That'll be the 10th. Nope, not the 10th. The 8th.
Okay.
So October 8th episode of the Evercast will be the reveal.
Okay, good.
And then
I was
we'll
like, don't
go
you dare
through
reveal
the
that without me being able to be there tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll go through the month to the end of the month. And then the Saturday before Halloween will be the episode that we'll do the giveaway. And the week either the week prior or the week prior to that, because I always wait until Chris does his actual official walk and then I do mine. Because I don't want to I want to make sure people go to Chris's stuff for his walk. This is his stuff. And again, anyone watching here, replay or not, make sure you check. There he is, the Atari Creep. You search that icon there on YouTube. You find all his stuff for the Alzheimer's walk. You hit the link, and if you can, if you've got you got extra ducats you want to toss his way, that'd be great.
There you go.
Like I said, it's for a great cause. Those Alzheimer's teams have been killing it the last 2 years. All sorts of crazy breakthroughs have been happening, and it's all because people, are deciding to just toss in the cause. It's without the help.
There we go.
Without the help, it's sometimes it doesn't happen, and with it, good things happen, right?
YouTube/Atari Creep. You don't need this.
That's it. There it is. There's the link, and you got it. You can hit it up right in the chat replay. You can hit it up right now. But to answer Chris's question, have I looked at it yet? No, because I actually literally just opened the box live on air. And
I
then
think that's dangerous.
we also had that conversation about the fact that you had the cool Atari Creep sticker on the box. So I actually have to take an X-Acto now and get that
there you go.
I think it's dangerous, Rich,
and pop that on the wall.
Peek at it, because then you're gonna want to reveal it, and you can't. Don't do that.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Or peek at it in the other room because it's gonna be too tempting.
No. It's gonna get sealed back up, and then I'm gonna put it to the side. Tomorrow, though, I will check it out after the Evercast, because
feel free to text me a picture of it.
Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a lot of me doing whatever I want, because it's the only day of the year I get to say that to my family, and they actually let me do it.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yes.
Well, don't go berserk over it.
Yeah.
And make sure when you're playing those games, you mash those buttons.
That's right. Well, I mean, maybe I will go berserk.
Oh!
That would be like a cool live game to play.
Oh,
you have to make an ongoing sentence with using real cards.
I just don't want I don't want it to be like a whole turmoil of games that are just scattered everywhere. I want it to be everything to be.
I mean,
nice.
or maybe you'll be forced into a situation where you have to bank some crazy trick shot. Maybe that'll happen.
You know who's really good at trick shots? The Oliver twins.
Oh man.
That's all I have to read.
Yeah. Who's good at I don't know where we're going with this. But what's better than one Pac-Man?
What's that?
Two Pac-Mans.
Oh man.
At the same time. Boom.
Yeah, I heard that was such a breakout of a game when that came out.
Nice.
Yeah, you really have to interplay it.
Oh man! I tell you what, I next time I come over to your house, I'm going to park my van out front, but I just want to make sure it's going to be safe, so I'll probably have to get a Vanguard.
Yes. Nice.
Nice. That would be magic.
It would be. I tell you what, I was making some fajitas the other day, and I was trying to get the peppers all minced up, so I was like, I really need to take command of this. Maybe I'll be a chopper command.
Yes. Oh man, that's the best. This is almost like a gift war.
Yeah, we created a new game.
That's right. That's
And
right.
Space
You might go
Invaders.
kaboom.
Okay,
After smash that like button. Yes, all of those things. Do it.
I went to the desert and found a bunch of these.
Good
All right, I don't know. That's it.
Oh, you
That's
know
all
what?
I
Yeah,
have.
that was fun.
I mean, it's not all I have, but it's getting really, really cheesy.
it's amazing. So actually, I have a box. Speaking of that particular
Yeah,
game,
let's talk about that.
there's another box in here that's actually sitting right next to me. That's going to be part of a series that I'll do now in the year's end. I'm going to do like a crazy 12 days of Christmas kind of thing. And I'm going to celebrate the year that was 1982 in the year 2022. And because in that year 1982 for the Atari, a whole bunch of really awesome seminal games in Rich's childhood came out that year, and I'm gonna do like a game a day in December, and we're gonna play some cool and talk about some cool Atari games. And one of those is that very game that you just mentioned, E.T. And in a box in here is not just E.T., but I did wind up finding a pretty minty fresh complete in box because I just had to have it again.
Chris says you might go kaboom. Darn it!
Yes.
I would have grabbed it.
Yeah. Well,
There's just so many asteroids. Oh, okay. Nah.
Yeah, 82 did have a ton of great games. Atari Creep, and a lot of the ones that we just talked about, Berserk, was an 82 game. Haunted House was an 82 game. Trick Shot was an 82 game. Yep. E.T. was an 82 game. What else was there? Something else. There was a whole list.
So I got a question on Haunted House because I don't know when's the last time you played it. The last time I played it, I was literally a child. So all I remember is going, I'm upset of eyes, and this is the greatest thing ever. I have a candle and it lights up a thing like this. Like, I don't remember because I'm coming around Halloween time. I'm going to play I'm going to take a Halloween themed game from each system and I'm going to play it.
Nice.
And one of the ones I remember from Atari 2600 was Haunted House. My cousins had it. I picked it up the other day and I just popped it up on my Raspberry Pi and I'm like, I don't remember. I do not remember how to play this. So do you remember like what you have to do in Haunted House? Yeah,
well, at least in level 1, like game 1, set 1.
Okay.
You go through the house and you pick up it's like pieces of a trophy.
Okay.
So you run through the house and you're trying to find, because you only have, it's like your eyes are like a flashlight, right? So you can only see those couple things. Yeah. And there it is. Okay. It's an urn. It looks like a trophy. But yes, you find three pieces of an urn, and then you have to go to floor 1 and hit one of the side doors, which is the exit.
Oh, look, how many floors? Watch out for that pitfall.
You're right. How many floors is there in like each level? Is it just multiple floors?
I want to say in most of the game modes I played, I think there's only 3.
Oh, okay.
And the map and some of the enemy patterns is somewhat randomized. Not like the way they appear and
do the enemies when they touch you, they just kill you, but does it get rid of the piece of urn too? I think
that you get rid of the piece of the urn and it stuns you.
You gotta go find it again.
I don't think you actually have to. I don't think you like lose a life or something. But I know that there's something about a timer too in some of the modes. Like there's a timer that cuts down, and if you don't get out in time, then you have to start over. I think that's.
Oh man, we got the brand new one coming out in the Atari 50th.
The Atari 50th collection. Actually, Chris asked about that. He thought that there was some kind of new haunted house, and then he was like, "Maybe I'm crazy." No, Chris, you're not crazy.
Oh,
it's in the Atari 50th anniversary collection. There is a 3D rendered version.
Yeah, I know. It looks like what I would
original. I cannot wait to play that game.
That's the type of games like I wanted to see. Like when the Atari VCS, the new one, was first announced, I wanted to see recreations of blocky style games, but like running really smooth like that. And I was like, Haunted House is like the first one I've seen that I was like, yes, that's what I thought every game would be on the system. So like, I wish they go. please, Atari, if you're watching, do that. I would love to. That would make me buy a VCS when you get exclusive games like that, like on just on like your VCS.
Yeah, for sure.
Give me a ton of those reimagined ones, man, like that.
Yes. Maybe you get to play the elevator
now,
action.
do you think with the Atari collection, are they going to kind of do like what Capcom did, where you can buy the whole thing, or you can buy like certain bundles, like you could get just the Jaguar games, you could get just the remakes?
I think it's on I think everything's on this collection. I think it's like over 1,000 games.
Or is it just going to be like $40 or $50 and you just get like everything?
So it's going to be. I want to say it's $30.
Oh,
that's not bad at all.
It's either 30 or 40. The regular digital version on all consoles.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
but it's loaded. It's loaded with all sorts of crazy games, and it's most of the Jaguar library, like at least all of the games that were either standard Atari core games or the Atari Songbird games, because they did a lot with Songbird. So with kind of like the way Blaze did with the Evercade, the Lynx collections basically are in this collection. You know, like there's a ton of Lynx games there too, which is like awesome because it's some of the first time you're seeing any of the stuff emulated. And I'm really intrigued about the Jaguar emulation in this, because if they're getting Jaguar to work on PS5, PS4, Xbox, Switch, PC, and the Atari VCS, that's a killer emulator.
That'll be like my first real experience with Jaguar stuff, other than like here and there seeing it, but like I've never really sat down to play games on that system.
Yeah, I mean, outside of owning one, you're not going to play.
Right.
You're not playing any of those games, but to have them all emulated, yeah, you're absolutely right. Yes, rad AF. Yeah,
that'll be something like if I ever have the means to get like a Steam Deck, that would be awesome to play those games on that, or like Jaguar on that.
Oh, I mean, well, it's a day one purchase. I have a VCS, so it's day one purchase.
Oh yeah, of course. That's probably the best way to play it.
It's just, and I just cannot wait to get.
Well, did you see Mike Micah on NLG? I missed it. I missed it live.
On that.
I watched the replay because I miss everything. I'm a terrible YouTube watcher when it comes to seeing like stuff on time. I see it like a week later or 2 days later. I'm just like, oh, sorry guys, but
I'm totally like that too.
But like I was watching that, and they had mentioned and he kind of like hinted showing a paddle control or top of a paddle control. So are they going to be selling a paddle controller with this? I'm just saying that's what I saw on that podcast.
Dude, so if they do that, and then it's like a universal,
literally play paddle games.
Oh man,
or an adapter or something like and that comes back to what I always said with the Intellivision collections when they're talking about licensing their classic stuff IPs on all brand new consoles again. I'm then come out with a adapter or something, one of these that comes with the game, dude.
Yeah,
and I guarantee you, oh my god, that'd be beautiful. Everything in HD. I'm all about it.
If they came out with a paddle I could plug into my PS4 controller, then that,
or something like that, or somehow mod it,
changes it,
and put a paddle on there.
Yeah, well, I mean, as far as Atari VCS goes, right?
Well, you got the little spindly, and yes,
or just be like Rich and print your own. Yeah,
you just pop a marshmallow on the top, and you're good to go.
That's it.
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
Yeah. It'll be otherwise. It'll be one of those things that I eventually get. Wait. You just have to wait usually a couple of weeks for the hype to go down and stuff like that goes on sale.
I mean, those collections will likely go on sale for sure.
But I'll live vicariously through you, Rich.
Collection. I'll probably get it physical too, especially if there's going to come with any type of like controller adapter.
That would change my mind.
I'm getting that for sure.
That would change.
They didn't announce anything with the special edition either, that there was like a physical adapter or anything. But
even if it's separate, I'd buy it. I guess depending on what it is. I just know it was kind of hinted. But
when is that supposed to drop?
What's
that?
When is it supposed to come out?
You got October, right?
October, yeah.
Which we should be in a day.
It's after Atari Mania, because Atari Mania is the 13th.
Okay.
So the Atari 50th anniversary, I think, is the end of the month.
Because what's interesting, and I figured I'd bring this up since Atari does have, and like Songbird and all those do have a really good relationship with like Blaze. And I know some time would have to pass. Wouldn't it be cool, like at the beginning of next year, if like physical collections did drop for that? And here's another thing. So DJC, because you don't know, so the new Evercade EXP, and it's going to tie into this, that came out. The only way that Blaze could secure a license was they had to have that come with like 18 Capcom games, which is great. Some console arcade. Most people like it. Some people are still, like.
So the EXP, that's like it's the larger screen of the handheld. It's a handheld
screen. Yeah.
And then you can flip it vertical as well, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so some people, like somebody made a ridiculous comment on Evercade, like it's behind a paywall. They don't know what a paywall. But anyways, so here's an interesting question. What if I have a feeling, let's say that came with the Atari games instead of the Capcom games. I think a lot of those naysayers, like if it had like the 50th anniversary, like built into,
Oh my God.
I think a lot of those naysayers would shut up. I don't know. That's kind of my thought. Like I think like people wouldn't care if it wasn't physical, but I just kind of find that.
No, if that came with it built in, I'd probably buy it just because of that.
Yeah.
100%.
You know what really, not to get anyone down or anything like that, but like, so I've went through 3 of these things. The original handhelds.
Oh yeah.
Was it the D-pad?
And this one I fire up now, and this is the screen. It's broken.
Oh
again.
no,
dude, you get a contact.
I'm done. I'm done. And they do awesome customer service. Yeah, they'll ship me a new one, but like I'm done. So here's
what you do: get it replaced one last time, so you have a working one.
Yeah,
use it, and then get the EXP.
Well, that's what I was. Well, I have a VS. I do more console type stuff, but I wouldn't mind carrying my television collections on this. And then which is what I was going to do the other day, because I had to go to the hospital and I was going to be in a waiting room. And I was like, if I'm waiting for 4 or 5 hours, I'm like, I can get some Night Stalker and Auto Race, and it's like, I'm like, oh,
dude, that's a shame. That seems like
the only time I was going to use it is a handheld. But yeah, so I'm trying to remember. Do I just contact them and just say that it's? I mean, I don't even remember my receipt for this one.
Who did you get it through?
I think I got it on Amazon a year ago.
I mean. It's
beyond that timing.
Email support@evercade.co.uk.
Because when it comes to Evercade, Amazon sucks. Sorry, Crow. Yeah. I would say if you get it through Fun Stock, they're great. But email Evercade support.
Yeah, I mean, if they literally, I'll send them just the unit. If they could send me a replacement unit, oh my God, that'd be awesome. Yeah. Because I always want to put it back in the box so that I have the original one, still in the box.
Absolutely.
Because all I was using this for was plugging it in and doing screen capture, and so until the VS came out, and I'm like, well, dude, I'm getting a VS because I'd rather have that and then having to use this as a controller,
Mm-hmm.
And of course this goes out like as I get my VS and actually want to use it as a handheld,
Oh man, that's horrible.
So that's good to know. That's good to know.
For sure.
But now that, like you said, the EXP, and then they're gonna have arcade stuff that you can turn vertical. Yeah. I'm like, I might rather have that, or if I get this replaced, I'd probably get that too.
Yeah.
What is it like? What is it like? 199, 150?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, and you get the Tobin collection, and you get a case. I think Fun Stock had like a few different packages.
Yeah.
Everybody says great things about Fun Stock. I need to start looking at that.
Actually, right now, I'm gonna go to Fun Stock because I don't know if they adjusted for any kind of inflation stuff.
Not to jinx myself, I never had a single failure with arcade card and solid stuff. Yeah, don't jinx yourself. I only did with the.
Yeah, no, they did
that Sega collection. What's it called? What's it called?
So right now, the EXP white edition.
My brain.
With the keyring, the IRM collection, and of course the built-in Capcom collection is 129 £, right? But I don't know if you know this, but it's not great over there. Pound v US dollar right now. It's like $1.06 per pound right now, which is insane. It's absolutely outrageously insane.
It's usually like $1.50.
It's usually $1.49 per pound, right? So your conversion is crazy off. Right?
Renovation, yes, thank you. Sorry,
but
that was a collection.
At 129 £, in US dollars, even at $1.06 per, like you're talking like 140 something So you're like you wind up getting a discount, because it's $149 USD if you ordered.
And some of these
somewhere else.
with this Capcom collection, I'm looking at this right now. So you get Street Fighter 2, Mega Man, Final Fight, Ghouls and Ghosts, Strider, Breath of Fire.
Yeah.
Look, I see 1943, Moon Patrol. That's 10-Yard Fight, I believe that's what that is.
That's right. Yep.
Oh my god! But there's so many good ones on here.
Yeah, and see, it's built into the firmware. You don't have to go to an eShop. It's like it's there day one, and that's a bonus.
Except for the IRAM. The IRAM is actually a cart.
Yeah, you get R-Type on it. Yeah.
Yeah, and R-Type's on the IRAM.
Yeah, on the cart. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Dude, Moon Patrol's awesome. Now I can't remember. Was Moon Patrol arcade?
Yeah.
Did they have a Capcom arcade? Is that on the arcade cartridge?
It's on the IRAM cartridge.
IRAM. Okay.
It's IRAM. Yeah.
It's an IRAM cartridge.
So and all of the IRAM cartridge games, they're all arcade. They're the arcade versions of R-Type and
R-Type. I'm laughing at the chat right now. I'm sorry. They're like the VS sent out a signal that killed my hand.
Oh no! Yeah.
And then Brian said, "No, the Mega Cat cart killed my hand."
Oh man.
Poor
DJC is like coffee crisis.
Oh, that's the alien one I really wanted to play. Oh my god!
Yeah, that's good to know that the pound for us is at a low time. For
that's cool. That's good to know because I for some reason I thought it was a little bit more. So that seems like a deal.
Yeah,
that would be why I'd have it.
That would be amazing if you were able to do that because the conversion when we pre-ordered was not kind.
No.
But, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You got to get the limited edition, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the way that the conversions are right now, it's like pretty crazy. So, I mean, again, I don't know. Maybe Funstock adjusts for it because they know what they know how the conversion goes. But anytime that I order, I order in pounds, and the bank does the conversion for me. Oh yeah, I mean, if you're in Canada, heck yeah. I mean, so even the conversion from that to Canadian US Canadian dollars is it's not as good because even the Canadian dollar is soft right now too. But you still get a good. Yeah,
so you probably order from Video Games Plus then, Lloyd. I know I do. Like for Canada and the US, they're awesome.
That's pretty good. So. But anyway, let me dive in to the other box, start pulling stuff out. But in the meantime, actually, in the meantime, Ed, why don't you ask the question?
Actually, first we'll see if you're going to do the thing and then the question. Normally we would ask he's like, what the
it's extra open for whatever, man.
No. Your initiation. So you're already part of the intro, and you saw the RetroKillDashNine.
Yeah.
So if I make you a solo layout, let me get rid of this stupid thing. These stupid things. If you wouldn't mind going RetroKillDashNine or however you want to.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
RetroKillDashNine.
Perfect.
Hopefully that works.
And it's around the 48. Let's see. Let me switch everything back. Yeah, unless you want to do one. Do one more. Okay, do one more real quick for good measure.
RetroKillDashNine.
Perfect. Okay, I think I like. Whoop. There we go. Okay, I made a note around the 48-minute mark.
Oh, look at that control panel. Oh, it's a thing of beauty, isn't it? Has that got a trackball in there too? Oh, you can't hear me yet. That's a beautiful control panel. Has that got a trackball in there too?
It sure does.
And you got and spinners. Oh, spinners. Legends Ultimate. Good job. Oh my goodness.
Oh, you know what else it has? In the box that you put on the side of the panel are 2-button pinball controllers.
Oh.
have
Nice.
like pinball buttons, and they're just as responsive. They go right here,
Yeah.
and they're just as responsive as the
That's
Ooh, I
cool.
like
clickers here.
So one thing real quick, I
Yeah,
think it's
it's-
important for everyone to know that. So this is Rich's second cabinet.
That's true.
Because unfortunately, due to the evil flood, and so now you were able to acquire it again.
Ida ate my first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how that goes. But yeah, no, I mean
how
it's
good the spin
smooth.
is on that too.
Dude.
Yeah.
And this is what your for your birthday, right, in October?
Yes. This is
Awesome.
my birthday present. It's actually this is like the entire family got together, and in order to get this for me, this is it. Right?
Someone's
This
happy to
is
see
the
it.
birthday.
That's awesome.
So
Looks very happy to see it.
very happy. Yes.
So before
Yeah.
before we distract you, so we got the RetroKillDashNine. Okay, so here's the question that we always ask all of our guests, and it's funny because lately it's like at the end. So basically, what we want to know is what like video game or particular what retro game would you say like defines you? Something where you kind of had like an aha moment, something that you can relate to. It doesn't necessarily be a game you own, or like for me, actually, it's like The Legend of Zelda. Because when I saw that at the time, it was like one of the first, games, on a console where you had to like figure stuff out for yourself, and there was no there's no one else going to tell you. Yeah, you could open up the sealed envelope, but you had to learn through word of mouth. It was like one of those first games to me where you're on a quest. You had to figure stuff out on your own, and I can relate to that. So that's kind of the
It'd have to be dependent on like the era, because I've been through so many eras of gaming. If it was my early era of
that's what's up to you. It could be something from early. It could be something recent. It's totally.
I always say in television bowling, because of how complicated and awesomely complicated it is, and just the hook, setting your hook, setting to where your ball falls on the alley, setting the curve. Everything is so complex, like it would be a modern bowling game, like you're playing Silver Strike X or something. But it's got these little blocky running guy and the graphics. And to this day, I still play the heck out of that with friends. And so in television bowling would be my modern. Now, if you want to go to
you're saying you're a complicated man? No, I'm just
yeah, I am. I'm a very complicated man. But when
you can pick a modern one, go for it. There's
there was
no
one.
rules.
It'd have to be that. It'd have to be that.
Okay.
Now, as far as I want to go to NES, because you're kind of mentioning Legend of Zelda and all that stuff. So I want to go to like 8-bit.
Yeah, you can go to the second one. I mean, there's not really any rules. It's just for us and our audience to get to know you better.
It'd be Robo Warrior for NES, a Jalico title, which is or Jalico or whatever. It's the J Jalico, not the G one.
Yeah.
I know there's like two that are kind of similar, but
Jalico and
yeah,
Jalico,
yeah, like Jalico.
Yeah.
But Robo Warrior, I wish they would have put that on an Evercade collection, because to me that is it. Well, this is the whole story. Is it was a game that I ended up as a kid, which I don't think they could do this anymore legally, but as a kid, because I was under 18, I think I was like 14 or 15, maybe younger. I got a little like a side job of getting doing pizza flyer delivery, and me and my friends did it like I don't know, for like a whole Saturday like afternoon. We went all over the place, and this guy would just drive us, and we get out the back of a pickup truck and flyer everybody's doors and cars and everything. And at the end of the day, like I think we made maybe $40, which was terrible. But yeah, there you go. Oh my God, what a great sounds, great, just everything on that game.
Oh, cool.
The boss battles are just iconic. The story, it's like an RPG. It's got elements of like everything. Yeah, you go into caves. You have all these different icons. You have to keep your batteries charged. You got to make sure you either have a lantern in the caves, because if you have just a candle and it blows out, everything's pitch black and you're not going to find a staircase.
Dude, this is like Bomberman meets Blaster Master kind of.
It's like an if there was like an RPG, side-scrolling Bomberman-ish, but you're also like I said, you got to keep up with batteries. You got to keep up on your energy. You have like multiple different weapons you can use. Each board has a chalice you got to find before, or the board will keep repeating. So you got to know where the chalice is, and because if you pass it up, you're going to repeat the whole board again. and there's like so many other things. There's different icons. There's a neutron bomb which will blow everything, like the whole forest up on the first level. You know, there's so many different enemies, and then there's the bosses have so much personality. Like here he is. I think hopefully he's going to find those stairs.
Dude, I'm glad I looked this up because I thought it was a completely different game than what you mentioned.
It's one of my, and the sound, the music's absolutely legendary. So right there, he's got to get the raft to walk on water. So if he'll go to so that's, you have to like select, there's like so much stuff on your menu screen.
Can you all hear the music?
Oh, he just got the raft. So he's got to activate the raft. Then he can prance over the water, you know? So I just, stuff like that. I really like it. I really like it. It's one of my favorites. And that's
awesome.
But yeah, like, so I ended up, it was a $29.99 game, and I went up to Kmart and bought it myself on my bike. It was like the first time I'd ever bought anything for myself where I earned money and bought it. And that's why that, on that 8-bit era, is like one of my favorites.
Oh, hey, real quick. Hey, Lloyd says,
that's awesome.
Get her built, Rich. So apparently Lloyd's coming over from
Come on in, man. Come on in.
Yummy Little Caesars. How? I think not. I think not.
Caesars is not good. No.
Maybe okay. Back in the 80s. Back in the 80s, when I could do a pizza deal, and they made it fresh with all fresh toppings. That hot and ready ingredients.
My stomach does not agree with Little Caesars.
Yeah, it's never hot and ready.
My bowels
it's sweaty and smelly. I like, there's a couple of top places here, and then I also like Jet's Pizza. Jet's Pizza is one of my favorites too, which is mostly Detroit, but I think it's out in some.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, okay, so there you go. It is made to order. Okay. I don't know how their ingredients are there, but like when they switched over to make those hot and readies, it was just different dough, different everything. But
yeah.
Hey, Rich, Lloyd says it's only a 30-hour bus ride. He said it could be there someday.
But it had sauce. That's true. It did have sauce.
Hey, Rich,
I had a sauceless one.
Tell Pete what you're building. I don't know if you can. I'll let you tell him what you're building.
Here, I'll show you.
Or show him. Here, I'll put you in solo layout.
Arcade cabinet. Oh, there's Fix-It Felix on there too. That's cool.
Dude, that's awesome.
And notice it's not Arcade 1-Up. It's at games, and it's actually going to hold up.
Yeah. So so interesting. So actually, I wanted to ask you, because I think they're all relatively on the same price point. Because I know when you got that at the time, like II Arcade didn't exist.
That's right.
Because pretty much so like at this point, like to get it, you could have had your choice of of an arcade 1-Up, that, or an iArcade. So yeah, I'm curious, why did you go back? I mean, obviously, I think I know why you went back to that instead of like an arcade 1-Up, because you get more games, you can bring your own games and all that. But why that over like an iArcade? I'm just curious.
An iArcade?
Yeah.
You know what? I really think it comes down to the convenience of the control deck. With iArcade, you can get some that have some of them, but they feel because I had the opportunity to actually kind of feel it.
Oh.
They feel different than the other devices than this particular one. And to be honest, if it was ranked, it would be Legends, the At Games Legends series, iArcade, not too far down, but like kind of like right, they're neck and neck. And then like you got to go down a couple more steps. Sorry, Arcade 1-Up fans, but you got to go down a couple of steps, and then you get to Arcade 1-Up. And the reason why,
absolutely true,
because those sticks on most of those Arcade 1-Ups are like
they're poo-poo. They're poo-poo.
I mean, so not that Act Games has a stellar record, but like some of those, you remember the arcade, the Act Games Blast, those controllers?
Yes.
They kind of looked like an old Genesis controller.
Yes.
Like those were like not great. Like automatic, not great, right?
Hey, they made these for the flashback.
They did. those were pretty
And
good.
these hold up fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I've got mine right here. Oh, it's right next to my copy of Haunted House.
Gotcha. Well, I
So,
know the At Games is solid. It's
good.
tall. And
They do quality stuff. I mean, I know they do a lot of plug and play stuff and stuff like that. But when it comes to it, like, yeah, like you saw the quality in those spinners and even in the buttons.
Yeah,
you got little spiders falling. It's that time of the year. Like I think that's a way better thing than getting an arcade 1-up cabinet, which, by the way, is a toy. It's a toy for children. They're 3.5 foot tall. Like, what are you gonna do? You know?
Yeah, but
you have to like build 10 risers with their riser to get it to a
exactly right.
Okay, so I was curious. So
the spinner is so solid.
Yeah, see, that's a solid spin right there.
It's not moving around.
Yeah,
it's not like you can really go hard on this thing and it'd be fine. Same with the ball. The only roller ball controller I think that feels a little bit better than this is I don't know if you guys like do any of the PC emulation kind of stuff, the MAME stuff, but there's a brand out there called X Arcade.
I've seen those with
they make a product called the Tank Stick, which is basically
I was going to say Tank Stick
spinners. The roller ball on that is near perfect, in my opinion. Like, it's awesome. And this one feels just like it's good. It's very good, way better than the roller that I felt when I played the iArcade. And they do have one in an arcade 1-up, right? There's a Missile Command CAD that has a
and I can guarantee you it's gonna fall apart within a month.
I didn't
most
like
people
that
upgrade the whole cabinet. Like, it's like, why even have that cabinet?
Exactly. I don't like it. I didn't like it at all. But
here's what's interesting. And so, like, iArcade haven't touched that. Like, at a Sam's, I did have the opportunity to see one of those bad boys or bad girls in person and touch the controls. Yes, I also have on like a arcade 1-up, and I will say with the At Games it's solid. Now, the one thing so here are my thoughts on it. The one thing I think is good, and it's kind of funny that you mentioned this, that you mentioned that, Lloyd, is that, like, once you put together like the At Games, like, technically you don't need to upgrade anything. Like, you don't need to upgrade the joysticks or buttons. The only one thing that you can upgrade, but I think it's like ridiculously expensive for vanity, is the marquee. I think like there's a company that makes like an aftermarket marquee, like if you want the game and stuff. But that's just like vanity, right? Like, it's not necessary. You can play that out of the box. I know, like you
can get another marquee for the Legends cabinets too.
Yeah. Or do they make an official one? I know there was like aftermarket ones that would like it was like a screen.
Yeah, you know they do make an official.
Okay.
Upgrade.
So can you get whatever game that's on there?
Yes. So
oh my god, have you seen the four? I'm on the At Games website right now. Have you seen the 4-player control panel you can upgrade to?
No.
It's insane. That would be great for games like Turtles, obviously, Simpson, stuff like.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing. And it looks like you could probably drop it on, drop it. I mean, I don't know how easy that would be, but
so the cool thing about it is
it just doesn't have everything else, though.
The control deck actually does kind of sit into the cabinet. So this is the bottom of the cabinet, right here. This piece, right?
Right.
So this notch right here.
Legends accessories.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, it's a 66-inch cabinet, a little over 66 inches. So it's like a regular size arcade cabinet.
Yeah. Yeah, when it's fully put together, so you can kind of see it comes in the box with the screen and the
there you go.
You're talking about that right there.
Yeah, right.
That's insane.
That is
nuts. And so this is what I was talking about. Yeah, the Legends. Yeah, so here's a few things I wanted to point out that's really great. Is so those things are like, those are official accessories. So so for At Games, and then you can add your own games, and you have all that.
Lloyd just asked that. Yes, the answer is absolutely.
So here's kind of my thing.
X is the man.
What you've touched on, like with arcade 1-up. So like something like that, like I really want to like, but here's the thing. I think when you buy something like that, you shouldn't have to mod it. And I get so I look at it from both ways. I see both sides. I get that like Arcade 1-Up wants to hit that price point, but I wish they would offer like official upgrade kits. Like, why couldn't I buy something and like already have the controls? You know what I mean? Like the fact that you have to source
their cabinet quality to me is also, it's like paper thin. It's like they cut corners as far as stability and stuff. Okay, I got, and I don't know if it might be still on my channel. I still have it listed. I was gonna say I didn't unlist it, but I had a review and I put together an Arcade 1-Up Pong pub table.
Oh,
it was a 4-player Pong pub table.
That's an expensive
The spinners were terrible. Like they were like they were like already rubbing. One of them was almost stuck. And I had to pull it off, kind of jiggle it around and try. I knew those were going to go fast. I literally, the assembly was so intense. Like they didn't even put like the rubber seal around like the monitor. Like it was really bad.
So sorry, not to cut you, but I think DJ, I think you said earlier, like the thing, like sometimes Arcade 1-Up feels a little bit like a toy. Like for me, like like a deal breaker is that like having a riser, because I want something to look like an arcade and I don't want to see like screw holes and you know what I mean? Like
well, that's the thing is that everything has, so their regular cabinets are even worse. Well, what I was getting to is so like it's a 4-sided table, right? And with a tabletop. So you'd think, okay, they'd ship a round table with the monitor in it, and then 4 sides. You'd assemble 4 sides and set the thing on top, right? No. They had the table broken up into sections. So if someone's coming and going like this, it's literally going to go snap, and then the sides, you had 2 MDF sides, and then they had this thin panel that pretended to be the 2 other sides.
Yeah. So actually, so Lloyd asked something cool. So here's what's interesting, Rich, and I really like and respect your answer, because one of the things that I always harp on, like playing video games, or controls are king.
That's cool.
And so that's like, it's like, dude, I think it's like very important. Get the control deck that you feel like plays the best. And so Lloyd said that him and his wife, they had a cabinet built, and that's cool. He threw a Pandora's box in it.
Yep.
Pandora's boxes are awesome. I have one of those, a double stick one. Got like all the arcade stuff. Some of my favorite arcades that obviously I could never get a hold of, I play it on that. But yeah, that's like stuff like At Games, which is Legends, Legends used to do actual full-on arcades. So like that's kind of cool that like tradition is still on that. And what I was just looking at too, like I think that I didn't see their pricing.
But yeah, it's super neat that Legends gives you options. So that's kind of my
big time.
And then the other thing too is that like Arcade 1-Up like switch back and forth from the BOE monitors to those other monitors that you have to like look at like straight on. So there's some like there's some inconsistency. So it's I all I'm saying is that they should offer like upgrade kits, and you should be able to get like the XL. But then I think we talked about earlier, if you're paying $1,000 for one, it's like and then so that is the one awesome thing about like arcade machines. And if you have like pinball machines like that have like the coin doors, they hold their value. And the reason I say the pinball machines are the coin doors, because you could like sell that to like a barcade and they can make money off.
Oh yeah.
So those things hold their value. Arcade 1-Up's not as, but again, however anybody wants to play, or don't want to like,
Yeah.
But I like the way that Rich is thinking. Plus, too, I mean, probably another thing too that factors in, Rich. Like you had one of those, you're familiar with the interface.
Yeah, I mean, and I have a Legends account.
Yes,
like
that's
I already
true.
signed up for their thing, and like all that kind of stuff. I also have in between the loss of the first cabinet and now, I forget who it was, Walmart or somebody. Right at the beginning of 2022, they had maybe even GameStop. They had the Legends Mini, which
I've seen that with a little vertical with the one.
Yeah, it's like it looks like an Alexa, like a little, like one of those small like discs.
Oh, I thought you were about the cabinet.
Yeah, and then it comes with another controller that's basically half of the control deck for the Ultimate Cab. And it was on sale for like $25, and I'm like, how can you go wrong? You just buy it. At $25, you get a whole half control deck with something you can play your games on, yeah, you just do it. So I did.
Nice.
So I have that in the living room, so I can actually play with that. The cool thing about it is, if I unplug the control deck, right, and walk in to the living room, I can hook up via wire this controller to the control deck of the one in the living room and play on that. That is rad right there.
So check that out,
That is really cool,
dude. And that's like Canadian theme. That is awesome. I love that. It looks very professional. That is so cool.
That's really so. Lloyd, that right there was one of those things that forever I wanted to have a cabinet, right? I used to work at a Circuit City, and there was one of those like build your own PC kiosks, and it looked just like an arcade cabinet. So when the store that I worked at closed, I actually took it.
Nice.
I started to try to build out a PC and everything to put it in that cabinet. And for a while, I had like a makeshift one that was really cool. But then
Cool.
I moved. We were moving locations. And for whatever reason, I don't know why, but we didn't get like the right size, truck to like put all the stuff in. And we fit everything that we needed to move. And except for that, like it just couldn't fit in.
No.
And I was like, and we didn't want to come all the way back for it or whatever. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to have enough time to repaint it or whatever. So I let it go. But then as soon as that happened, what happened. It was just like, I have to get a cabinet somehow. And it was, 8, 9 years later before I finally realized that, people like Legends and 1UP and all that stuff are doing that.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thanks for sending
that. That is really awesome. That's that was like the dream, was to build your own, have your own custom stuff on it. Yeah. It's very cool. It's very, very cool. The cool thing is with the Legends stuff too, is if you wanted to do that, like say you're like, oh, hey, the side marquee is cool. You got the, like the Joe and Mac, and you got the Burning Rubber and the Space Invaders and all that fun stuff, right? And you're like, you know what? I'm just tired of looking at that stuff. You can get an acrylic gloss over, and then they'll point you to a service that does reprints, right?
Yeah.
So you can get a printed page and just put it over the existing overlay, and there's holes for you to kind of like connect it.
Oh,
and
nice.
Boom, there it is. You just do it.
That's awesome.
He says
Legends pinball table. Those are cool. I think Crow has one actually.
Yeah, I think he does.
If I'm not mistaken. So yeah, he seems to like it too, because that's how he gets the Zechariah pinball packs, and he could just he just buys the pack and it downloads onto the memory on the pinball table, and he just plays, which is rad.
That's cool.
And the cool thing about it is with the cabinets, if you had an ultimate pinball and an ultimate, the stand-up cab like this one, if you sign into the same account, you could play pinball on both machines. Like all your stuff transfers because it's all one account. Yeah, it's neat. So, anyway, I'm gonna get this cardboard out of my way and actually start building this thing.
So we're ready to play it, right?
Yeah, right? Yes, let's go. Actually, the next thing I want to do is, because the thing also comes with a network jack and it's like fully connected to the internet. Let's see another, like, I know iArcade is too, but like it's just so convenient to just hook things into things, and it all works.
Oh, I mean, it has a real Ethernet port instead of just wireless.
Yeah, so I can go back in
cool.
and start doing my streams again, which is super rad.
Oh, like HDMI. Does it have an HDMI?
It does have an HDMI port, but it's an in.
Oh, okay.
I could bypass the control deck and plug in something else to the screen, to the 24-inch screen that's in here, but I probably wouldn't, because I just hook it up. I want all the convenience stuff. But with the pass-through that's on the control deck, you can plug in anything you want. You can plug in an Xbox, awesome. A PlayStation, a Switch. And the really cool thing is, as long as the HDMI on the other end, on the device end, is what is it, HDMI, I guess with the Ethernet or something like that, whatever that connection is, you can send data back to the console as you're hooked up through the control deck, and you can use the control deck as the controls for whatever you're playing on the Xbox or the PlayStation.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So you just got to make sure you're having like the compatible HDMI cable.
So before you do dive in that, Rich, we are at the hour 15, an hour 15 minute mark. So I don't know how long we want to run.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
I know we've talked about like a lot of good stuff.
We did.
We
You
did.
know what? I do want to mention something else that was like breaking news.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we do paper stuff on Calling All Retro Gamers. We get into paper magic and like that kind of stuff. Wizards of the Coast put out an exclusive on IGN that in one of the nearest sets, I think it's like 3 sets away in Magic, they're going to bring back something that they did. And what they did was Wizards of the Coast used to do a little game called Transformers TCG. And what they're doing is they're bringing the Transformers into Magic the Gathering.
Oh, wow.
So there's going to be like Optimus Prime, cast 3 red, 2 white, and a something, and you get Optimus.
Imagine when do these packs come out?
2023. I'm imagining like probably second quarter 2023, summertime.
Are they able to, like, for a pre-order? Or they send it like?
Oh yeah, they'll be.
That would be one to get, man. I would get like 10. See, I'm crazy. I would be one to get like 10 sets of those because I know they're going to be worth so much being a first edition set.
I'm all in because
there we go.
They're not only they're doing all sorts of crazy stuff. What was the other one that they're mixing in? Oh, the other one is Lord of the Rings.
Wow.
Yeah, check out that artwork.
That's cool.
I love that just for the artwork alone. I mean, that's awesome.
Well, that's why I get it because I don't really play this, but I would love that to collect. Like,
yep, yeah.
Oh my God, Soundwave.
Yeah, man.
I know. Oh, so there's 2. Oh, there's 2 cards. He has an artifact and that's awesome.
Well, I think it's actually the flip cards. Remember?
Yeah, I think it's
flip.
Remember Innistrad?
That's
Ed,
right.
do you remember the Innistrad set? They had the werewolves. So like
Yes.
side
Oh,
one
the
was
arrows.
the human
Yes.
side, and you flip the card over, and it's printed on the other side. I think that's what these are, and it's ironic because that's exactly how the original Transformers TCG worked. There was a bot side and a vehicle side.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh, you guys are just teasing me now because I love that game. They ran it for 3 years, and they had five waves of those cards. That was one of the coolest TCGs I've ever played in my life. It was so good. I'm so sad that it's not.
I just want this card just to like frame it. I love Soundwave.
Oh, dude, like, yeah, I would just basically keep everything in the package that comes in and never touch it. I just stare at it.
For a poster,
And then I'd have one set I'd have to open up and look through.
Yeah. There's even there's Starscream. There's
Bumblebee.
Goldbug.
Must be Bumblebee. Yeah, Goldbug. Yeah, that's cool.
Well, what's Bumblebee? I'm just kidding.
What's Bumblebee?
Silencer.
I don't understand. Is that like a transformer? Is he a GoBot? I don't know.
Optimus.
Do they have Ramjet in here? I'm sure. Do they have is it everyone represented or no?
Yeah.
That'd be hard to get.
I mean, so these are the teaser images. So
Starscream, of course, Starscream.
You know there's going to be Megatron. You know there's going to be Bumblebee. It has to happen.
Okay.
Because you're going to have like a deck, right? You get your Autobot deck, and then you got your Decepticon deck. You gotta have to.
Yeah, there's 15 cards in total.
Yeah. 15,
Oh, okay.
15. Yeah. I mean, but what'll happen is people will just go nuts. And then they'll wind up printing more because it's Magic.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Each is double-sided. Oh, the robot in vehicle mode. Okay. Yeah,
right.
makes sense.
Yep. And it's in what is the set name? It says it in the top of the article.
It says there's 2 different versions of the set too. 15 cards.
Oh, the Brothers War expansion.
Brothers War. Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm sure that they're actually, if you pull up one of those cards again, you can see. Of course, they're mythics. So they're all
mythics. Yeah,
they're all that bronze, like goldish color. That means that they're the most rare. So Obviously they're the chase cards, but
So when do we? How can you find out when these go on sale? Or did you say that already? I'm sorry.
It probably says it in the article. It'll say like Q1, Q2, Q3. I'm imagining it's probably Q2 or Q3 of 2023. Usually at the end of the article, it says like this is going to come out then.
Oh, it's continued down. I was like, then it was done. I hate how they do that.
Yeah.
No plans to create in-universe versions. Blah blah blah.
All right. Well, maybe go up a little more. Jeez. All right. For what's ahead, couldn't confirm. Transformers could be varied.
Yeah.
Fine. Currently no cause of whatever. In-universe versions is fine. Yeah. All right. Keep going. Where is it? They got to tell you when it's coming out. Come on.
Yeah, it says Brothers Work. Blah, 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 blah. No.
Huh.
Maybe.
15.
Is this Magic Site or this is just? Oh, this is just
IGN.
This IGN, yeah, because
If
they
one
have
of you clicked on Magic Site, if it's on, it's probably on their site. I would think, right?
They probably.
Oh, there it is, in the front, very front.
That's okay. That's IGN's gathering news. Oh well, so 8 hours ago. So that's the most recent
article. Yeah.
Excuse me. Oh, anyways, I'm gonna have to keep up on that though. And if Rick, you find out, like, just hit me up in Discord or something and let me know.
100%.
Like I'll probably I'm like I love Transformers, but I just that set. I know that first very like. And I think, like they said, it's going to be just this. But yeah, dude, I'm sorry. I'm going to get like 4 sets of those.
So probably what you could do if you had the money, like, you could probably buy a couple boxes, get the whole trade, probably get all the Transformer cards, sell all the rest of them, and it probably would pay for it. And maybe then some. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's,
That's very true because a lot of
they won't sell the whole set as a set?
No, dude.
They'll be in packs.
Yeah. They'll be in packs.
Oh, so it's almost like, well, see, I'm a huge nerd, Garbage Pail Kid collector. I've collected like many series of those, and it's the same way. I basically have to go buy like a couple boxes, open up everything, and then make it. So this I'd have to literally peel these all open and make the set then.
Yes.
Ouch.
But then keep it pristine. That's why in a way I kind of wished they would have like made like a commander set where you could have just like bought that and got all the cards and then buy 2 of those, one to play with and one to.
Yeah, that would be the best. Yeah, and you're right because in Commander like it's all they're all singleton.
So it's going to be on the new Brothers Arms set that comes out.
Yeah, and then
I'm gonna have to pretty much. Oh my god! So we're probably talking $3-4 a pack.
You probably have to buy a few boxes because Mythic Rares.
How many cards in the pack now? Is it 5 or 10 or?
It depends on which kinds of packs you get.
Yeah,
but certain set boosters are between 12 and 15 cards.
Okay.
But in them, the way that they do their mixing, there's like a rare / mythic rare per pack, then like 4 or 5 uncommons, and then the rest are commons.
Yeah.
So like the mix of it is in a case or in one booster box. There's usually 1 or 2 mythics per box. So you're in for a case or 2 to try to get the whole set.
Yeah,
I'll put some money into it just because I'm more or less want to keep it for, I'm down to do that, dude. But anyways, if you hear anything, let me know because you probably know about it first before I would.
Yeah. We'll do.
Yeah, I might actually do that. I mean, heck, I got 3 8-packs of Amico games. Why not throw some Optimus Prime?
What's great
there too.
Nice setup here. So
what's great? It appeals to 2 markets, right? Because you have your Magic the Gathering people want to collect it, and then it also appeals to people, let's say, who don't know, or maybe they're not into Magic.
Yeah, like I'm one of those people, man. I want those. Yeah. I want to try to attain them.
Right? Yeah. No, it's fun, and when they do the Lord of the Rings ones, I got to do those too. I have to.
Oh, I love that show, by the way. The latest episode 6 of that just dropped.
The new one?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to know what they're gonna do when they do the artwork for the Lord of the Rings set in Magic. I just want to know what's Frodo gonna look like. Like what are all the main characters gonna like? What's that's
not like it's not cartoonish, so it'd be like
so they'll do they'll do full regular full-blown art for it. So I'm like, this could be good.
Yeah, because like
or-
Transformers, they're a cartoon, so it's like real
Right.
easy to kind of do that. Yeah,
Yeah, you're just pulling cells out of the G1, and that just hits me right in the heart.
right. Pretty
You know?
much. I mean,
It's like, let's
what I
go.
would do.
So
But yeah,
just to keep us on track, what are man, this hour and a half is like flown by. Oh my god.
it
Yeah,
really
yeah,
has.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
awesome.
we're just like, like relaxing, having fun. I'm opening
Yeah.
stuff,
Heck yeah.
I was
but
gonna
yeah.
say it's no breakout, but
Uh,
we'll go there again.
Confession too, I haven't eaten dinner yet, so
Oh,
Ah, I see what it is.
well,
There we
it's
go.
one of it's
I'm
one of
getting
those
hungry.
nights where there's been like lasagna cooking in the oven,
Oh,
and like this weekend my daughter's in color guard. For those who don't know, it's like the halftime show where they like do the flags and like the rifles.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and so my wife tries to coordinate it when have stuff cooking when she gets back, and sometimes like they didn't get back until after this started. So sometimes they could eat before, sometimes not.
right. No, I know how it goes. Like
Yeah,
today,
yeah, it's all good, man.
Not only that kind of confession, I kind of find like if you go like for me, if I see something is like too long, I might not watch it on the replay.
Oh no, it's I usually keep most of my shows about an hour and a half.
Yeah,
Unless
yeah,
it's going
absolutely.
kick. Some
Usually,
we had
yeah.
some Wednesday shows that almost went for 2 hours, but it's very rare unless like insane amount of news is dropping. Or
Oh, yeah.
something. So.
When we have a guest, usually it's like an hour and a half because we don't even like get to anything like for the first 30 minutes, which is awesome. Which is awesome. So for those of you who've stuck around with us, any final thoughts or anything else anybody want to bring up real quick?
I mean,
But see, we have an excuse to have you back on because we didn't even really get to talk about TurboGrafx.
Yeah, exactly.
right,
I'd love to.
exactly. Yeah.
But we have a good reason to bring it up.
TurboGrafx, Television, Atari, Sega. I mean, anything retro, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
But yeah, like I don't know, man. Final thoughts to me is this is awesome. This is an awesome show. I hope you guys. I'd love to come back on and do this, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you said it's normally on a Thursday, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Like not like Thursday, Friday's open. I like right now, like I'm in the middle of I do this like little flamingo multiverse series. It's absolutely stupid and it's absolutely horrendously dumb and
That's awesome.
don't like it, don't subscribe to it. But anyways, so I'm doing this whole thing where I'm candidly interviewing characters from the Flamingo movie,
Yes.
which are totally different people and not all me in costume. So I've been working on that for like the last couple hours, and I was like, "Oh, dude, I want to come and do this." So I'm gonna go finish that. And this should be released. Well, it's 10:30 my time, so this should be released sometime after midnight tonight.
That's the best.
So,
Awesome. So is it fair to
that
say that you do interesting and cool, weird, crazy things like this guy?
You got your boy Phoenix.
That's the Ghost of Panda, by the way.
I've never seen that guy in my life. I don't know who that is.
Nice.
I heard he's fantastic, but I don't really watch him. I don't watch him.
Right. That's it. Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh!
Found in other places.
Wow.
But
Rigatoni.
there it is. Rigatoni. What's up? Man?
Hey, I've seen him in ages, man.
Yeah. That's the savior of our voicemails.
Yeah.
Rigatoni right there. Somebody needs to call that number.
I know, right? Somebody needs to. Somebody really needs to.
Yeah.
Call anytime. We'll play it on.
Yeah, literally. I mean, you're gonna get the button because it rings my cell phone still, but yeah.
Yep.
Or sometimes I'll be like coming home from Florida and I'll pick up and I'll talk to you randomly for
929-548 CARG or 929-548-2274 if you're only listening to us.
That's it. Yeah. So, yeah, good stuff. And then over here, now that this is a thing, now that this thing here will be hooked up, the old channel, the Retro Rich Haywood, that's where my archives and experimental stuff goes. That's going to kick up again because Retro Rich's Random Arcade will happen.
Yes.
And if you ever want a sneak preview of what will happen when I do like arcade comparisons to things like what's the Evercade version feel like, what's the Legends of Ultimate Arcade version feel like,
Yeah, that's cool.
when I do the capture footage for the Legends Ultimate Arcade Cabinet, I always do a live stream on that old channel.
Oh
So
yeah.
hop in, say hi.
Very cool.
You know, hop in over there. So that'll be happening. And then of course the actual Evercade Arcade Takeover will eventually happen.
Oh, so you know what's so,
as
so
well.
you just brought up what's really funny about that? Like when I first got to know Rich and like I would like talk to be like, hey, I no joke. He's like, hey, while we're chatting here, do you mind if I just like play some do you mind if I play some games in the background? I remember sometimes you would like
yeah.
you would do that when we were just like having a phone.
My capture done, yeah.
I'm like, sure, knock yourself up. But dude, here's what is so super cool about that, because you were doing that before arcade collections existed. So now that we have arcade collections, you can be like, hey, maybe we'll get this, and then like it'll be like that much more hype. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, I can't wait to get back into it.
Yeah,
so
man, you got to, man.
Yeah, I was doing that a lot with with Master System Monday, because a lot of the Master System games were arcade ports, right? So I'd play like Rambo on the arcade, on the Legends, and then that next Monday I'd play the SMS version, and then I would do like all my comparison notes and stuff. I loved those. So games. Those were good.
If you are taking requests, one I would be curious to see, like, unless you've already, and I don't think you've done, like, play the original Double Dragon arcade and see is the lag and slowdown really as bad as
Oh yeah,
because I haven't
yet. And that's definitely on the cabinet. So
yes,
we could do
because
that.
it's always kind of a mystery. Like, why wasn't that part of the Technos collection for on Evercade? And so
for sure,
I kind of wonder. So that would be my request, because I'd be curious to see is it really as bad, or could it be optimized? So
cool,
There
man.
you go.
Yeah, let's do it. And then of course tomorrow morning, in less than 13 hours, is the Evercast. So be there. We're going to be talking Evercade for Beginners Part 2. So nice we did it twice, because the awesome chat was there for it. And it's going to be great. It's going to be a great episode. It's going to be really fun. Plus, also, bonus, you get the origin story. If you haven't heard it from the episode 200 or 100, thank you episode when I did Good Times with Retro Rich, you will also see the origin story of Bacon Ice Cream Productions. I will absolutely tell that story tomorrow morning. So there you go. Yes. Oh, hey, Big Rock, what's going on? Yes, see you guys in the morning. Check
and
those
sadly,
out.
I won't be there, because I gotta take my car to get a state inspection, gotta replace the windshield wipers and all that, because we gotta renew the registration. So I might, if I can, maybe from the waiting room, I might pop in later. Not at all. They said their inspector will be there at 9:30. I'll be like the first person at 9:15. So I'll try to make an appearance, but
exactly.
Otherwise, I'll be there in spirit. But either way, I think Pete should be back, because I was curious to see what his opinion on that is.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, cool, guys.
I just have one last question. Does anybody know what system this goes to? I just found this playing around.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Just gonna throw it out.
all right.
You might want to switch. You might want to switch from that to an Evercade. Evercade does what Nintendo.
Oh,
No, I got this one right here. Need to make
There
a
it
phone
is.
call anyways.
that's it.
That's great.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time on Calling All Retro Gamers. See you.
Peace.
Calling all retro gamers.
This concludes our broadcast day. Click.